2024 lead. Horrible news. Horrible for Joe Biden in our new CNN poll. While the president leads his Democratic competitors by a huge margin, 2/3 of all of the American people surveyed, 66% of the public, say that a Biden victory would either be a setback or a disaster for the United States. Let's get straight to CNN political director David Chalian at the Magic Wall. David, let's start with the state of the Democratic primary right now.
Yeah, you noted Joe Biden's lead in this Democratic primary. He's at 60% among Democrats and Democratic-leaning independents in this poll, Jake. Robert Kennedy Jr. is getting 20% support inside this primary right now against an incumbent president, Marianne Williamson. You may remember from last time around, she's running again this cycle at 8% naming someone else. You can see inside the numbers where Biden's strength is and where a potential warning sign is. If you look just at those who identify as Democrats, that's a Biden strength. He's winning 67% of them. It's among those that are independents and they lean Democratic, so they're in this sample. But there it's a much closer race, 40% of them for Biden, 32% for Kennedy. So Kennedy's support comes from not tried and true Democrats, but more leaners, Jake. And then take a look here. We asked, might your mind change? A slim majority, 55%, say they might change their mind. 45% say they're definitely going to support who they're with. I'll just note, Biden supporters are locked in. About 6 in 10 of them say they are committed to him and not going to change their mind. So it's the folks that are with Williamson or Kennedy who are probably more malleable in this race.
And David, when it comes to how voters see Joe Biden and another presidential term, I mean, those are some bad numbers.
Well, I mean, just your basic favorability, favorable opinion or unfavorable opinion of Joe Biden. Look at how Americans are rating him, Jake. I mean, 35% favorable. That is remarkably low. 57% have an unfavorable rating. And look at this by party. We looked from December to now. So a little tick down among Democrats, 82 to 79% favorable. That's his hometown team. But look at this decline among independents from December. 35% favorable rating in December. He's now down at 26% favorable with independents, critical voters in the electorate, Jake. That's a big warning sign.
And David, how do Biden's numbers here compare to those of the Republican frontrunner Donald Trump?
Right. Well, you hear Joe Biden say all the time, compare him to the alternative, not the almighty. And basically, they're both not looking good, Jake, right? They have basically the same numbers. Biden's favorable number is a tick down numerically from Donald Trump's 37%, but this is all margin of error. They're both at 57% unfavorable. They look pretty similar there. Neither is a good look, I should note. And then you noted that question we asked, what would it mean if Trump or Biden won the 2024 election for the country? 41% say a Biden win would be a disaster. Trump, 44% say that about him. Okay, but if you look down here, would it be a triumph? Only 7% say that a Biden victory would be a triumph for America. 17% say that about Trump. His hardcore supporters are more into him, perhaps, than Biden's hardcore supporters are into him.
Yeah, it's worse for Biden, but for both of them, most of the American people think electing them would be a disaster or a setback for both Joe Biden and Donald Trump, the current Democratic and Republican frontrunners.
It is not an election the American people want.
What a country. What a country. David Chalian, appreciate it. Also in our 2024 lead, Florida